Good morning, my brothers and sisters. You may wonder, how does God feel about you? Well, today he's going to sing us the response. We're in Deuteronomy, the end of Deuteronomy chapter 31 and 32. God has instructed Moses to write this song and teach it to the people, put it in their mouths. So Moses writes the song and then he teaches it to the people. And then he says, Then Moses spoke the words of this song until they were finished in the ears of all the assembly of Israel. And when Moses had finished speaking all these words to Israel, he said, Take to heart all the words which I am warning you today in the song, that you may command them to your children, that they may be careful to do all the words of the law. For it is no empty word for you, but your very life. So he's saying to the people, take this song to heart. So because it came from my heart, take it to your heart. So like all good songs, they come from the heart. So then he says, put the song in your ear, and then put the song in your mouth, and then put the song in your head, and then finally put the song in your heart. And then after it's in your heart, give it to the next heart, to your children's heart. So all this is to change our behavior. Can you change the world with a song? Well, let's see how God does with this. So can you modify behavior with music? He says this isn't optional or voluntary or discretionary. This is your very life. So with that setup is the song of Moses in Deuteronomy chapter 32. Give ear, O heavens, and I will speak, and let the earth hear the words of my mouth. May my teaching drop as the rain, my speech distill as the dew, like gentle rain upon the tender grass, in showers upon the herb. For I will proclaim the name of the Lord, ascribe greatness to our God. The rock, his work is perfect, for all his ways are justice. A God of faithfulness and without iniquity, just and upright is he. So Moses starts, I'm pausing here, with a call to listen and a call to worship. This is the good stuff. This is the truth. This is who God is. This is what he has done. He's perfect, he's faithful, and he's upright. Then a little problem is introduced in verse 5 here. They have dealt corruptly with him. They are no longer his children because they're blemished. They're a crooked and twisted generation. Do you thus repay the Lord, you foolish and senseless people? Is not he your father who created you, who made you and established you? Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask your father, and he will show you, your elders, and they will tell you. When the Most High gave to the nations their inheritance, when he divided mankind, he fixed the borders of the people according to the number of the sons of God. But the Lord's portion is his people, Jacob his allotted heritage. So here's the problem. And the problem's not God, it's you. You've been knuckleheads, you've dealt corruptly, you're crooked in a twisted generation. And then Deuteronomy is about us making a response. And this is not the one we're looking for. Okay, verse 10. There's some really beautiful stuff in here, so pay attention to this. He found him in a desert land, in the howling waste of the wilderness. He encircled him. He cared for him. He kept him as the apple of his eye. Like an eagle that stirs up his nest, that flutters over its young, spreading out his wings, catching them, bearing them on his pinions. The Lord alone guided him. No foreign god was with him. He made him ride on the high places of the land, and he ate the produce of the field, and he suckled him with honey out of the rock and oil out of the flinty rock. So that's my favorite part so far. That's up to verse 13. So he says, listen to this encircling care of the Lord. You are the apple of his eye. And he's like this eagle that flutters over the young in the nest, and then, if necessary, spreads out his wing to go and catch him and grab him with his pinions. I think he literally leaves the nest. And then this beautiful thing at the end is he gives this great produce. He suckles them, his people, the ones that are the apple of his eye, the one that he cares for. He suckles them with honey out of the rock and oil out of the flinty rock. So here it is. This is the start, at least, of the Song of Moses. And he's poetically telling us, God is telling us Moses is telling us what God is like and how he feels about his people. So I think the first part of this song tells us, how does God feel about his people? And that is, you're the apple of his eye. He cares for you like this eagle fluttering over its nest of young and going and getting them when necessary. And God thinks of you like you are his precious inherited portion. And then finally, and this is my favorite one today, is that he blesses you with honey from the rock. So today, we pin one thought from each of these podcasts on our chests. And here's the one for today, is the Lord suckles me with honey from the rock. Thanks for listening.